I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I'm born to preach the gospel. I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. We're disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. Let's keep firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Good morning, Rooted Men. This is Tim Morton, the Area Director for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes of Oakland County. Honored to be with you here this morning. Good morning, Ken and Bert and Brian. Glad you've joined me. I pray I have something for you that you can take away today. We're going to continue our series on core training. This is session 5. I'm going to talk about teaming up with others, building a core team. You know, I played quarterback in high school my senior year, and very difficult position to play. I was an option quarterback, loved it. I truly believe that the sport of football kind of microcosm of life where, you know, you get knocked down, you got to get back up. And I had many times I was knocked down, but if you can imagine me as a quarterback dropping back and trying to make a pass without an offensive line there. You know, my offensive line, I took care of my offensive line. Those are my guys because they protected me. It'd be impossible for me to be effective without them. And as a basketball player, I was a shooting guard. That was my skill set. That was what I was known for. But in order for me to be effective, either someone had to set a screen for me, I had to move through that to make myself open, or I had to have somebody be creative and draw the defense to create that opening for me. It was very difficult for me to come down and get my shot off on my own without that. So we need a team to be effective with the skill sets that we have. And it's the same for us as rooted men. You know, God designed us to be together. This was not designed to be a solo flight. And so I want to talk together today about how to develop the core team, what is the core team. And my prayer for you is that if you don't have one already, that you will seek it out, because it's definitely going to be one of the main reasons that you grow in your faith, because it is not a solo flight. 1 Corinthians 12:27 reads, "All of you together are Christ's body, and each of you is a part of it." You see, when you join God's team, when you become a faithful follower of Jesus Christ, you now have teammates. You now are a part of a team with Jesus Christ as the master coach that sets this unbelievable example for us to follow and to observe and to learn from. Myself personally, I'm just amazed at how intentional he was on how he coached his team of 12 that changed the world. So much that can be learned from that. But why are teammates important? Well, number one, teammates support you, and number two, teammates strengthen you. Ecclesiastes 4:9 through 12 reads, "Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken." You see, rooted men, there are strength in numbers, and teammates are important. They have your back. They're there to lift you up in the hard times, and they're there to celebrate with you in the good times. Just this morning, I was with two members of my core team, and we get together every so often, usually every other week, and our lives are not interwoven together that often, but there's one reason that we do come together, and it's to share what God is doing in our lives, to talk about what our struggles are, and to celebrate the victories that are happening through Christ. And many times it goes in different directions. Sometimes it's a brother that's struggling, like it was this morning. And we were there, the other two, and I was one of those two, were there to just listen and to offer prayer and encouragement. And that's what this morning was about. So sometimes you're the encourager. Sometimes you're the one being encouraged. Sometimes it's about you listening. Sometimes it's about you sharing the faithfulness of God and how you've seen him work. But the main thing is that we get together with that intentionality. You see, your core team is who you do life with. You play with them. You pray with them. You challenge each other to continue to grow in your faith. And when you take the time to grow individually with your relationship with Jesus, we've talked about studying God's playbook and the spiritual disciplines of that. That's extremely important to have that time. And in that time, you can grow closer to him. But it's in those times with your core team is that those relationships grow. Everybody benefits from that. So there has to be two of those going on simultaneously. One of my favorite verses in Proverbs is Proverbs 27:17, where it reads, "As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend." And so it's in that sharpening within that core team, that's how we grow. That's how we become better. That's how we can take on the next challenge that comes upon us. And we know deep down that we're not alone. Extremely important. So what does a core team look like? Well, there's this book called Wisdom Walks, which I think defines a core team in a cool way. So I wanted to share that with you this morning. The first person is the walker. So if you could think of the walker as yourself, that's you, the walker. Every walker needs a warrior, or multiple warriors. Like this morning, I would say those two men with me were my warriors. They're a peer. A peer is going through similar things, similar time of life, where you're shoulder to shoulder and you're doing life together. We all need warriors. The next one would be a watchman. Now, a watchman is a mentor. Myself personally, I have several mentors, watchmen, that I go to for wisdom and guidance because they have been through more than me. And I'm seeking that wisdom from me. I'm seeking that godly wisdom from them. And so watchmen are extremely important to have because they have that experience, and you can draw from that and learn from that and grow from that. The other one is the workman. Now, the workman is a disciple. It's someone that you are pouring into. So what it does is it creates this cycle. I call it the accountability sweet spot. And when you are discipling someone else, you become the watchman for them. So, Rooted Men, we all need a core team. That's this perfect blend of mentoring, accountability, and discipleship. I know myself personally, I would not be sitting here today if it weren't for me to take the leap of faith and go to my first men's retreat 11 years ago. It was the first time I ever got together with a group of men and shared my struggles, shared my dreams, prayed together, cried together. It was a launching point for me. There was a group of 5 men. All 5 of those men are still a part of my core team today. Who are your warriors? Who are your watchmen? Do you have a workman that you're discipling right now? Is someone discipling you? I pray that you do. That's the end of my message for you guys today. I pray that you got something God-honoring out of it. God bless you, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you, Tim. Hey, guys, also just a reminder that what we're doing right now at 8 o'clock is part of this process. 5 days a week, firmly rooted men. Who do you know that should be on these daily devotions?
Amen.
Who do you know that can pop in or even look at them after? Guys, these are recorded. Last night, Rooted Men met. Thursday night, we meet every Thursday, digging into the Word, having some fellowship, the very kinds of things that Tim is talking about. Every Saturday, we meet for breakfast, right? So there are opportunities 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, Thursday nights, Saturday mornings, where men are getting together and trying to be iron sharpening iron.
Amen.
Who can you share that with? I know all of you know it, and most of you participate in it. Who else at Firmly Rooted needs an invitation? Who else that you know might need an invitation? And it begins to be the person you start to disciple.
Amen.
Your neighbor, your friend, right? Amen. So we already have some things going. Let's get involved in it. Love that.
Plug in, gentlemen.
All right, guys. Blessings on your day.
God bless.
Make it a Firmly Rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today.
Amen.
Peace.